time it is? It's time to sluice, boy!
What's up, prospectors? Dig Daddy out here in the shed, bringing you another episode of Backyard Prospecting. And today, that's right, boy, we got another bag from SluiceBoy Prospecting. Our good buddy George over there at SBP sent us this bag. There's 5 pounds of dirt sitting in this thing. Very heavy. So we're going to check that out today. We're going to sift it out, see what it's all about, and see what kind of gold we can find in it. Now, he's told me a couple times after reviews, I've done some of his smaller bags, and he's like, bro, you got to check out the bigger bags. There's a lot more going on there. So I said, all right, I'll sneak an order in here. Picked one up probably a couple months back. So I'll adjust our ROI and everything based on what I paid for the bag back then, or what I paid for it then. Now, let's see how much this was, and then I'll put up the description here for you, just so you can read along. Alright, so what we picked up was the 5-pound Nugget bag. And now that cost us $114.99, 115 bucks. I'll go ahead and put the description up here for you guys to read along, right there. This includes 5-pound bag of gold Paydirt, the Nugget bag, guaranteed gold, glass vial with every order, and some panning tips. This one is one of our best, it is our best ROI bags. Let me get back in the frame here. They run a small-scale gold mining operation in northern Georgia. These cons come from their gold dredging and mining operations as seen on YouTube. So if you haven't checked them out, go check them out on YouTube. Give them a subscribe. Show them some love. They got a lot of cool stuff going on out there, and they go on some awesome adventures. So make sure you subscribe to his channel and check that out as well. Now, all the material is guaranteed to have gold. This 5-pound bag contains nuggets, pickers, and small fine gold. 1.10 plus grams of gold are guaranteed. So for our 100 bucks, we're going to see at least a gram, probably around 50% ROI, hopefully a little bit more. We'll see. Now, your satisfaction is always priority. Raw materials come from creeks, rivers, and although cleaned with a magnet and triple checked, has potential to contain items such as, but not limited to, foreign objects, metals, glass, fishing weights, and organic matter. And that's a good reminder there. You know, people go out to the river to party. Sometimes they're assholes. They throw their bottles out in the river, it breaks, there's glass, and now there's glass in our environment. So it's always a good idea to make sure you have a good pair of gloves when you're out there in the digging around. Have some nice cut resistant gloves, so if you do run into some glass, and I have run into glass before, and luckily I didn't slice my hand wide open, but when you're digging in there into the dirt, getting your material, and there's a big ass shard of glass, man, that's no fun. So you got to make sure you have a good pair of gloves. That's really important. You don't want to find out by finding out and then realize you should have had they're $9. Go to Home Depot, you know. And that's it for the description. So 115 bucks, 5 pounds of dirt. We're gonna shake it all out and see what we can get. Now let's crack this thing open real quick. Maybe not so real quick. He packs this pretty well. Gold miner's claw may need to make an appearance. Nope, I'm in. The dirt comes in the old USPS flat rate cardboard envelope. Inside of that is my invoice. Well, maybe this would have told me what I bought. Yep, 5-pound the Nugget. Thank you. Enjoy. Inside we get a little ad mailer to remind you to go check out SluiceBoy Prospecting. Buy, direct, and save. And that's something to keep in mind. He does sell places like Amazon. But because Amazon has a lot of markups and stuff, you're going to get better product if you buy it directly from him. Now, some gold panning tips. I'll let you guys pause and read if you don't know how. If you know how to read but you don't know how to pan, this might help you out. I'm not going to read the whole thing. And again, if you want to read it, pause it. Alright, so that's layer 1. Layer 2 is another bag. Now this one being the bubble wrap bag. Very good to ship in those. Those are a good protection. Nice sturdy bag. Glue stickers closed. Alright, now we're to the meat of stuff. Oh, wait, more stuff in there. 1 little glass vial. Try to get it to focus on the thing, not on my face. Focus on there. I'll get out of the frame. How about that? Whatever. You know what a glass vial looks like? It looks like one of those, but clear. Alright. The dirt. So, 5 pounds. It's pretty much all sand. I'm not seeing or feeling any large rocks or anything in here. So, I may not even bother classifying this. This is all sand. Which is good, because that means it is actually concentrates. Or just sand. But I do see a little piece of gold in there, so that's a good start. When you see gold in the bag, before you've even opened the bag, well shit, that lets you know you got gold. There you are. Alright. Now, like I say, it's not chunky, so we're not going to double classify it or anything, or any classify it for that matter. I don't know why the word double was in my head, because it is double bagged. Now, double bagging, it has one of these little clinch straps on it. So that means you're going to want to either get some pliers and pry that open, some dikes and clip it open, or some scissors and just cut below it. I'll go with the pliers, because that was the first thing I could grab. Alright. Like I say, she be double bagged in the event of some sort of tragedy. Oh yeah, it's nice and tight. And there you go. Some nice golden sands. Got a nice little yellowy tinge to them. Nice thick sand. Alright, so we're going to dump this out, throw it in a pan, and take a look at it. And then, like I say, we're not going to classify, so we'll just take a quick look and then fire up the sluice. So don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. Alright, here we go. We're going to dump this out in the pan. It's a lot more material, so I'm going to use a little bigger pan. Got the GPAA 14-inch pan, panifier. Alright, material is nice and dry, so everything came right out of the bag. No mess, no fuss. We like that. It's a nice soft sand. Now let's get a little bit more light in here. There we go. So there you go. Nice soft sands. There may be a picker. There may be a nugget in here. Boom. There's some gold. How about that? Just reach my hand in and I find gold. Just like that. Just like that. Maybe I should just go through this by hand. What do you guys think? I'll just go through it right here. Find all the gold by hand. No, maybe not. That seems like a lot of work, and I excel at being lazy, so we're gonna do this the easy way. Fire up the sluice. Get this dirt wet. Now, he mentioned he already cleaned out a lot of the magnetics. While we're here, let's take a magnet and dip it in and see what's left behind. Not a lot at all. See, look at that. Little itty bitty dab of mags. So this should be fairly simple dirt to go through. I don't expect to have a lot of cons left over. Boom, there's some more gold right there. Oh, I lost it. Boom, there's some more gold right there. I'm telling you, I should just do this by hand. I'm finding it. Boom, there's some more gold right there. Now, I'm good at finding it apparently, but I'm not good at holding on to it because I keep dropping it or I keep knocking it further in. All right, we're going to do this the right way. We're going to go and fire up the sluice, get this dirt all wetted up, and we'll be right back. And we're going to find us some shiny. Action. All right, we got this dirt all wetted up, and we are ready to run some dirt. Find some gold. Get that shiny. So let's fire this sluice up. Got a good flow going to it. This is 5 pounds of dirt from SluiceBoy prospecting. I probably should have broke it up. This is kind of heavy. Now it's all wet. I want to slow it down a bit since it's a lot of sands. And we got a lot of material to go through here, so I'm going to speed things along. And we'll see you on the other side. Come on over. Let's see what we can see. Sneak peek, baby. All right. that pretty gold. You see a little bit down this way. Nothing really down there. A lot of black sands, a lot of heavies. If you see right there, there's a nice little picker. Alright, let's get this cleaned up and see what we got. All right, there's your gold, baby. Not too shabby. We're gonna get this sucked up, cleaned up, dried up, and we'll be right back to weigh it out. So don't go anywhere. Alright, welcome back. We got this gold all dried up. Mine are bobbing the ass or hanging by to see what we wound up getting. This is SluiceBoy Prospecting the Nugget bag. 5 pounds of material and 1.1 grams of gold is guaranteed. Now, it looks to be in that range, but let's bust out the scale here, warm it up. Hello, and let's find out what we got. Dunk, 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 dunk. All right, so what we wound up getting is 1.148 grams of gold. So just a little hair over the 1.1 guarantee. Some nice little pickers. And one, still a picker, but we'll call that the Nugget. But there you go. Well, now that I've shuffled it around, it decided to settle on at 151. So that's where we'll lock it in. 1.151 grams of gold. Not too bad. All right. Well, let's take a couple pictures, and then we'll be right back with my final word and ROI. Alright, welcome back. So, SluiceBoy prospecting, 5 pounds, the Nugget bag. We'll talk about the material. It was all light, soft sands. Not much of any large rocks in there at all. None really. There's some little pebbles in there. But other than that, this was all sand. It seemed a little bit misleading in one way. When I hit it originally with the magnet, I didn't bring up a whole lot. But after running the dirt, there was actually a fair amount of magnetic material. It was all just larger pieces. So, I will absolutely say, you're going to want to have a little magnet, or a big magnet, or a magnet separator, or something to help you get that stuff out of the way. There's no sense in fighting it. Magnet it out of the way, double check it that you didn't scoop up any gold, and get it out of there. But there was a lot of larger pieces of that in there. A lot of larger magnetic little chunks, which like to kind of sit there with the gold because it's all stuck together. So it's really important to get that stuff out of there. Otherwise, you're just going to be fighting it because it's going to keep wanting to clump together like a little rock and encase your gold with it. But aside from that, had a really good time going through it. Went through pretty smoothly. Nothing really of note. It was all sands. Now, this kind of bag is really meant to be spread out over time. You sit down, take a scoop of it, pan it out, do that a few times, come back to it. And I think if you do it that way, you're going to have a pretty good time. You're going to have some, you can share it with somebody because there's a good amount of material there. And at the end of the day, you're going to find a little bit of gold. Now, let's talk about that gold. The gold itself was all nice and cleaned up gold. There was a couple pieces of crystalline gold in there. It was really jagged, and I find that stuff tends to want to float more than the more beat down kind of stuff that you find out of the river. And of course, it did want to float a little bit. A little jet dry will take care of that. There was one piece in there that was kind of cool and looked pretty sweet. But overall, you know, there was a nice amount of gold in there. There was definitely the guaranteed amount. 1.10 is what they guaranteed. 1.15 is what I found. And so, yeah, let's go ahead and put up the sign right here. And we'll just go over it. The bag cost us $115. That was shipped. So there was no shipping in addition to that. $115 to your door. Now, we wound up finding 1.151 grams of gold, and that has a today value of about $68.35. And I checked it, and gold value today is really close to what it was on the day that I purchased it. It was like $18.50. Today it's $18.47. So not a lot of fluctuation in there. The value is still about the same as it was when I got it. And so, like I say, that 1.151 got us back about $68.35 in gold out of what we put into there. And so that's going to get us an ROI of about 59%. And that's not bad. Like I say, it's a good amount of material, going to keep you busy for a while. A little bit of a challenge with those magnetics, but if you have the right tools, it shouldn't be a problem. So, overall, I think the dirt was pretty good. It'll give you a good afternoon worth of panning. Get some gold out of there at the end. Nice little golden smile with some nice pickers and nice little nuggets in there. And overall, I think you're going to enjoy your time. Now, if you look on his website, he has some other offerings, stuff that also comes with gemstones. So if you're into that, he can make the experience, you know, a little bit even more exciting with other inclusions. But overall, not too bad of a bag. Got some good gold out of there. And at the end of the day, what can I say? It was not too bad. And had a good time going through it. A little bit of a challenge, but not too terrible. I think if you're a beginner, this will give you a little bit of a challenge. You can work on those skills. Understand how to deal with magnetics, or learn how to deal with magnetics. If you're a novice and you already got that down, boom, you probably got the right tools to take care of it. If you're an expert, well, I don't need to tell you what to do. You got it down as well. So, overall, great bag, and had a good time going through it. And I think you will too if you check one out. Now, if you made it this far and you haven't already done so, please hit that like button. Make sure you're also, if you're not a subscriber, click the subscribe so that you don't miss any of my future content. And otherwise, hey, I just want to thank you all for tuning in and hanging out with me today. This is Dig Daddy, signing out from the shed. If I don't see you out at the rivers, I'll catch you in the backyard. Peace!